Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and we're going to discuss some stories that we're covering on our website today and some breaking news as well. The first story is from WINSON Green, and our friend Snapper SK caught the footage of the moment that locals beat up a man who is accused of kidnapping a child. We also received exclusive footage afterwards of more detail of the actual incident as well, and that's available on our website because YouTube won't show it. And this is the main reason for the website now, is that YouTube is restricting a lot of content and also trying to stop certain videos from being discussed. On the website we can discuss anything, and there'll be lots of extra content and good interviews as well. On the video you can hear a woman saying, "He's trying to steal my son," and the furious gang attack the man, and the woman is screaming hysterically as police start to approach. Afterwards, police revealed that the man was known to the woman as well, so I don't know if this is the father of the son or if it's some other context. Onlookers were heard saying, "Let the police deal with him," and the fight took place in broad daylight. Locals watched the incident unfold as armed police led the shirtless man away, and he was only wearing tracksuit bottoms. Detectives say they arrested a 37-year-old man on suspicion of kidnap, and he remains in police custody. They say that he was also taken to hospital for treatment, and then he was taken to a police station to be questioned. And the reaction is definitely symbolic of the fact that tensions are very high in the area. There have been several reports of attempted abductions in the West Midlands and elsewhere as well. In Birmingham, the most recent one happened on the 25th of May, when a child said that he'd been abducted and taken to a flat in the Bartley Green area. A man was arrested on suspicion of abduction of an 8-year-old boy at around 5 PM on the 25th of May. They understand the boy was outside his home address when he was taken, and he was taken to a property in Naylor's Close. The youngster was in the house for a short period of time before he managed to escape, they said, and he was shaken and being supported by police. A 54-year-old man was arrested, and we're still waiting for an update in relation to that incident. Inspector Lee Trinder from Birmingham Police said that this incident was an isolated one. The young boy's okay and investigations are progressing. This follows on from the horrible abduction from MITCHAM as well, where a schoolgirl was taken, and more recently Cadian Nelson was actually charged and sent to prison for the sexual assault of this child. The incident happened in North Place at 7 AM on the 3rd of November last year, and this story shocked the nation as well. Everybody was terrified at the prospect that children could just be getting abducted in the street, and that is exactly what happened in this story. And if it wasn't for the woman that had intervened, God knows what would have happened. There was other reports as well in April of an 8-year-old boy that was abducted, and it was reported in BBC News near Kelsey Park. There was 2 attempted abductions in a short space of time in that area. We don't want to cause any alarm or make people be scared for no reason, but at the same time you do have to take precautions in this day and age and out and about as well. And make sure that your child is always supervised, or you know where they're going or who they're with. In another story that has been big today as well, police have released a statement about a boy that was restrained in a shopping centre by several police. He was 13 years old and he was heard screaming, "Get off me," and one officer was punched and shoppers were abused. Police have defended the video that showed them restraining the boy who was screaming.
Just stop doing that. Get off his arm. That's bad. Get off! Get off! Get off him, man! You don't need to do all your weight on him like that. Get off me! See what's he doing with his hands? He's a child. He's not going to get you healthy there. Get off, little fucking prick! You haven't even shoplifted anything. You haven't even shoplifted anything. Look what he told me. He told me what to do. You're bigger than your bully. You're bigger than your bully. He told me what they done. Look at the size of the little boy. You're a bully. A bully. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for 2 little boys. Oh, you're proud of you.
2 schoolboys were arrested in the incident and saw an officer allegedly punched several times, and shoppers were abused as well in Wolverhampton. Footage posted on social media by I'm Just Bait showed the moment the police arrested them, and one boy lay down face down in Manda's Centre yesterday. Concerned onlookers were yelling, "You don't need to put all that weight, he's a child." West Midlands Police said they acted appropriately. Police were called to the centre after reports that 2 teenagers were being abusive to locals, and a police spokesman said that 2 young boys were being abusive to shoppers and causing disorder. A community support officer attended initially, but a plainclothes police officer had to intervene. More officers were called to the scene before a 13-year-old boy was restrained and holding his arm down. So there were several officers trying to contain a small boy. The police said they understand the incident looks bad on social media, but remember this is only a small section of what had happened. But obviously with a big man kneeling on a 13-year-old boy's body, that could cause serious injury. That boy's definitely going to suffer bruises from that incident. That is definitely something that I think needs to be looked into. And I think the police are being very dismissive of that story. In another update from Birmingham as well, there have been several arrests in relation to a murder that took place in the south of the city. A man named as Jason D'Aguilar was murdered in Longbridge. Police said he was chased and he was found with serious injuries on Central Avenue at around 10 to 10 in the south of the city. Police have identified him and released the image today, and the 33-year-old was taken to QE Hospital but later died the next day. The suspects, aged between 21 and 28, were all arrested on suspicion of murder and are currently in custody, being questioned by police. Detective Inspector Wes Martin from the Homicide Unit said they've made quick progress trying to find out the circumstances of why Jason died. He was chased and attacked in the local area by a larger group while he was out with friends. Witnesses told the press that they believed that 5 suspects were seen on Longbridge Road, and they came down and they were throwing punches at each other, and one stepped off the curb opposite Coney Green House. So our condolences to the friends and family of Jason, and we'll definitely keep you updated on anything to do with that story. In another story that we covered exclusively on the channel is about the Arconic factory in Birmingham and the arrests that have took place there. Today, 3 people have been arrested for their involvement in the protests on top of the factory that is responsible for the Grenfell Tower cladding and also providing parts to build planes that Israelis use to bomb Gaza. Birmingham police have arrested a man and a woman, and the first woman that was charged was Miriam Instone, 22 years old from Bury, Manchester, and she will appear in Birmingham Magistrates Court on the 15th of June. This occurred on the 4th anniversary of the Grenfell disaster, and the cladding they provided contributed to the 72 deaths that occurred that day. And all of that information is in the inquiry, and we covered that in the previous story as well. The police statement alleged that thousands of pounds worth of damage has been caused to the business that manufactures equipment that is used on Israeli planes to bomb Gaza. This was the main reason given by activists to shut down the factory. And Pal Action, which is the group behind this, used sledgehammers and golf clubs to smash windows and skylights. They poured paint over the walls and in the offices. But the protests further down the street were ignored by the mainstream media. Dozens of people participated in these protests as well. And today, on the second day of the protest, there was actually a sit-down protest. Police cordoned off the street, and there was actually some tensions between the crowds before police came in, and a special group of police that arrest protesters made their way onto the roof and made the arrests. The 2 people that have been arrested today have been arrested for aggravated trespass and public order offences.
There was no need for that.
Yo, you motherfucker! Yo, fucking dog! Yo, fucking yo!
Superintendent Jack Hardy said, "We will try to accommodate people's right to a peaceful protest, but what happened here was not peaceful." The police said it was illegal, and there's been a lot of damage and inconvenience caused to the local community. This was a complex operation, they said, and everyone involved has acted professional, and we are very proud of them. The 2 arrested remain in police custody as well, and please don't forget to check out our previous coverage on that story and we'll definitely give you an update soon. So really appreciate you joining me today. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Peace.